What's up, YouTube? This is GalacticGod
and Reprints,
and we're here with our first episode of our new series. We kind of wanted to do a collaboration video of sorts. We've seen a lot of other YouTubers go ahead and do dual commentaries, dual conversation videos, just dual discussions in general, and we were kind of fascinated by this, and we wanted to go ahead and come up with our own series to do that. So for our first initial episode, we decided we wanted to talk about some of the upcoming promo cards that are going to be released throughout the TCG. Now we have the Prophecy Destroyer 10, so we have 4 unconfirmed super rare promo cards that are going to be in the Prophecy Destroyer 10, along with the secret rare Prophecy Destroyer card himself. So what we did, we kind of compiled our own list on cards that have not yet been re-released here in the TCG, and we're going to kind of give our thoughts and reasonings behind why we feel each of these cards is going to see reprinting soon. Do you want to go ahead and go first?
Alright. I'm going to start off with a Seed Reborn and Shard of Greed. And basically the reason I thought of Exceed Reborn was because, I mean, they're trying to promote Exceeds like crazy. That they're trying to siphon out Synchros. Well, then Shard of Greed is basically just some draw power. It's a continuous spell. You know, we're in a very slow, kind of back row oriented format right now. So I think that fits kind of the, you know, the theme of the format. Gives you something like that.
Around the time that the Hidden Arsenal comes out, people are going to be gearing up for the Wobbles, and I think that's probably prime time for a card like Quasar to finally get reprinted. I think is a good opportunity for Konami to really rank in on the hype of Waffles.
Yeah.
Whether or not, you know, Hidden Arsenal, the new Hidden Arsenal set is coming out right before, right after, or shortly after, people are going to be trying to get Quasars around that time just so they can be prepared to have it ready for you know, when the Wobbles actually get fully, you know, released and everybody needs those cards.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
I also think another good cards that could be Still Swarm Roach is another one from Generation Force, where like just about every good card in Generation Force has been reprinted now, and you know it's the only one that's kind of still not been reprinted.
Right, a lot of people thought it was going to be in this hand.
Yeah, I mean it could have been too. But obviously they chose to go with Leviar, which was kind of a good choice too.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did Tyrus, Dreas, Leviar, Leviathan Dragon, of course, right off the bat was reprinted, then reprinted again. And even just like all the good Exceeds from that set, or just about every Exceed from that set really has been reprinted. Mm-hmm. And, you know, Still Swarm Roach has got to be coming up pretty soon, I would think.
Yeah. I would think maybe Endless Decay. That's a Shonen Jump promo. That's a pretty cool zombie. I mean, some people don't like it, some people do.
It's a good guess too, because a lot of times the promos they have in the tins are old Shonen Jump magazine cards that are not available like in the full TCG market. So like the TCG players overseas in like Europe and whatnot don't have access to cards that were only released in either the manga out here or the Shonen Jump magazine itself. So a lot of times what Konami will do is they will reprint those promos in the tins, or at least a good chunk of them. So like the Supremacy Sun is another one, or even Mech Lord Granul, or some of these other cards that are a little bit more you know, harder to find, I think are good prime candidates for the tins.
Yeah. Another card I was thinking was Lightning Warrior. It's been released in, I think, Championship Pack or Turbo Pack in Europe, but it's only been a Shonen Jump promo for us. So the only way you could really get it is if you were a Shonen Jump subscriber or had a secondary market.
Yeah, so well, you know, Shonen Jump promos are definitely a hot commodity for the tins.
Right.
I also think maybe like they did with Tour Guide, how they reprinted that as super rare, we might see something like that with BLS, hopefully. It definitely deserves a super rare treatment at this point. I feel like Konami's already made it Ultra a bunch of times, they've made it Secret Rare, they've even made it Gold, and the next step logically to make some more money off of BLS would be to go ahead and reprint it as a super rare.
Go ahead. What's actually really funny about that is that I kind of have a feeling that it's going to get banned again.
Yeah, in March, so I mean this would be a good time to reprint it, have everybody buy the tins to get their BLSs, and then, you know, shoot it out the door, which is very Konami-esque too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's another big one. Some other personal favorites I kind of want to see reprinted. Of course, Infernity Barrier. Typically, that doesn't get reprinted in tins. They don't usually do a lot of spells and traps in the tins, with the exceptions being, of course, Pot of Avarice and Solemn Warning. But other than those ones, there hasn't really been a lot of tin reprints of you know, spell and trap cards. So, it's kind of hopeful that they actually do it. But I don't know. We'll see. Also Dragon, so Ice Dragon I know is another
Yeah.
one with the Abyss Rising, you know, a lot of water support.
Yeah.
Dragon Ice came out in, I think, Gladiator's Assault like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Never got a reprint. It's definitely primed for it, and I think it's.
Well, I would definitely be excited if they reprint Ice Dragon. I actually wanted to pick one up maybe a month ago or so. Saw that it was kind of 20. It was still $20. I was like, maybe I'll pick it up later. And then didn't really realize that you could use Atlanteans with it and stuff. And I was like, oh wow, you know, it shot up to 50.
Up in price. Yeah.
So
and it's kind of teeter-tottering on the price market right now too, as people kind of decide what cards they really need in their water-based decks, whether it be Atlanteans, Mermails, or whatever. And you got to remember, it is a TCG exclusive, so until it was reprinted over in OCG, you know, it was only ours. So I mean, we'll see. It definitely deserves a reprint though, so that it'd be more widely available. People want to try it out in their new water-themed decks, whatever kind they're looking for.
yeah.
Alright everyone, that was our first episode. In the comment section below, make sure you let us know what kind of cards you think are going to be super rare promos in the upcoming Prophecy Destroyer tin. And I guess that's it for now. This is GalacticGod.
And Brain Freeze Laser.
And we're out.